Did I unmute myself? Good, I did. Uh, Sharon, it was my pleasure to be able to evaluate you this morning. A few things that you wanted to look at was the interest and the ability to keep the audience. And this was not only an interesting subject, it's an important subject. And so I'm going to address a little bit later that I hope that you will do this speech again, if not for us, in some other setting, because this is something that is very important. Looking at your background, being in your studio, I felt that that was a perfect, really good idea. The staging was really a perfect environment for what it was that you wanted to talk about. And I would say that one of the things that I think opened me up as I was listening and viewing was the fact that you established your credentials. Like, okay, this is something that's important to me, but it's also something that I have been doing. When I looked at the staging, the one thing, and this is something that has been addressed, it was just addressed in the last evaluation. It's something we all deal with, and that is eye contact when it comes to being on Zoom. I would suggest that wherever your camera is and whatever kind of camera you're using in that situation is to remember that basically the eyes are the camera, right? And I feel myself doing it right now because I've got a nice white dot in front of me. I know that's the eyes of the people who are looking at me, and I'm not focusing on it probably as much as I should. If I were to look at some things that I would say might make this a little bit better, is to first of all, just understand this is important stuff. This is an important topic. And so to understand that this is something that you definitely want to continue to do, so you want to practice it, you want to order it, you need more time than the time that is given to give this speech in order to touch on this issue. Terms, medical terms. Just remember that some of us have no idea what you're talking about when you use some of those terms. So that's part of the reason you might need a little bit more time, because some of those terms and body systems need to be defined for a layman. That is like, okay, what is an endocrine system? What does it do? Why is it important? So you'll want it, if you did that a bit with some terms, but you'll want to define some of those terms a little bit further. I would also say, I mentioned the eye contact. You need a longer time for this. Order, structure, practice, and then go about doing it again. Other than that, I don't have much else. I thought it was a great speech. I thought it was an important speech, especially from someone who suffers from arthritis. So I will be researching some of your information and probably calling you and asking you questions. But great speech. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
very
Franklin.
much.